This video is all about the pros and cons of living right here in Corvallis, Oregon, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, I'm Michael Kreslowski of Team K Realty with RE/MAX Integrity in Corvallis, Oregon. I'm a local real estate agent here, and I shoot a lot of videos about what it's like to live, love, and invest here in the Willamette Valley. So, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel, hit that thumbs up button, and don't forget to click on the bell so that you can be notified immediately when I post a new video to our YouTube channel. This video is going to cover a few things about what I love about Corvallis, a few things I don't like, and a few things that fall right in the middle for me. But others may feel strongly one way or the other, so let's jump into it. Pro. The first thing I love about Corvallis, which literally means heart of the valley, is the endless amount of activities you can do in and around this city. Corvallis is known for its active and outdoorsy lifestyle, and for good reason. Downtown Corvallis, with its shops and restaurants along the waterfront of the Willamette River, is charming. From farmers markets to craft fairs, from water fountains and play areas for kids, biking and walking paths, downtown has a little bit for everyone. Corvallis also has a ton of bike paths and bike lanes for you to enjoy, whether it's commuting to work or mountain biking in the nearby Macdon or Starker forests. Con. Traffic can be bad in certain spots and certain times. Now this is a pretty weak con, since most of the time there is no traffic whatsoever, but there are some definite bottlenecks at certain intersections, and for events such as football game days, the town will be absolutely packed. Pro! Corvallis really is a lovely town, with something to look at in nearly every direction. The level Willamette Valley is mainly agricultural. Large forested hills of the Coast Range rise just to the west of Corvallis, including Mary's Peak, the highest in the range. In addition to the public parks and gardens, such as the Avery Park Rose Garden, Corvallis boasts lots of trees, flowers, and lush greenery. The Willamette River runs right through the town, and there is rafting and fishing in the area. Did you know that the Willamette River is the largest river to run south to north in the United States? In addition, there are lots of green open spaces, miles of trails for hiking and biking, and surrounding foothills and forests. However, with all this greenery comes some rain. Con. Yes, it does rain a lot in Corvallis, and during the fall and winter months when we turn the clocks back, it gets dark around 4:30 in the afternoon. So the days tend to feel pretty short, and if you're off to work early in the morning and don't get home until 5 or 6 p.m., it can be a little bit of a drag, feeling like you're in the dark all the time. Now hopefully you have an office with a window or can get outside on your lunch break. On average, November through March are the wettest months, but look, we live in the Pacific Northwest, which is famous for its temperate rainforests, and they're really freaking cool. The real complaint I hear a lot are the gray skies. The climate, like most of Oregon west of the Cascades, is marine, it's got a lot of winter precipitation and clouds. Fall, winter, and spring are marked with sequential periods of rain, but there is little snow and very few freezes. Although mountains to the west block the heaviest precipitation and winds, clouds and rain can last for days. However, the exact opposite is true in summer months. Summers are usually warm, dry, and pleasant, with temperatures in the 70s or low 80s, and 1 or 2 annual hot spells typically raises temperatures to about 100 degrees. Summer rains are very infrequent, and the area becomes pretty dry. So again, there's a little something for everyone. For whatever it's worth, I'm including precipitation and gray skies as a con, because for most people it would be, but I vastly prefer the climate here to anywhere else I've ever lived. It's mild year-round. Pro! The third thing I love about Corvallis is its food and beverage offerings. I have traveled a decent amount in my lifetime and eaten some terrific food, and we are spoiled here in Corvallis. The food is fantastic, and there are a variety of choices. Culinary offerings include Indian, Chinese, Japanese, Thai, and of course Mexican. There are many vegetarian and vegan offerings as well. This town also has amazing breakfast places if you're into that. There are several craft beer breweries and local wines to choose from as well. The Willamette Valley actually produces fantastic wines, and there are many wineries in the area to explore. But the flip side of all these great food and beverage offerings, and the third con about Corvallis, is its limited nightlife and the demographics of living in a college town. Con. While the restaurants and wineries are fantastic, there aren't a lot of nightlife options here in Corvallis unless you are a young adult or college student. There are theaters that offer local stage productions, a few bars that stay open late, and a few clubs that have music and dancing. But because Oregon State University is located here, the demographics are something you should consider. The average median age in Corvallis is about 26 years old, while the national average is about 37. Of the just over 56,000 people that live in Corvallis, almost half of them are below the age of 25, and 15% are between the ages of 25 and 34. About a third of people are married with children. I have heard that it can be challenging when you're on the dating scene for folks that are single and professionals beyond university age. Pro! Oregon State University does attract younger residents to the area, but it is not the only strong educational draw to the town. Corvallis has 20 schools, 13 public and 7 private. Several of the public schools are rated in the top 10 in the entire state of Oregon. In fact, it's the reason I moved here years ago. I accepted a job as a middle school science teacher before becoming a rental property investor and then realtor. Not only does Corvallis have an excellent school system, but companies in scientific fields can tap into an ample supply of technical workers. A survey by the National Science Foundation found that almost 11% of Corvallis' workforce is in the science and engineering fields, putting it 5th in the nation for scientific employment on a per capita basis. One of the largest employers in Corvallis is Hewlett-Packard. There are a lot of engineering positions and natural science careers in this area. Now here are a few things which for me are right in the middle, meaning they aren't necessarily pros or cons, but information you might want to consider if you're thinking of moving here. Number one is that Oregon, and thus Corvallis, have a very progressive land use planning program, and what that program does is it says that cities in the state of Oregon need to determine their own urban growth boundary, the area in which they will accommodate growth in at least a 20-year span. Accompanying the urban growth boundary is zoning, put in place as the boundary was developed. Corvallis is really slow growth, which keeps neighborhoods feeling cohesive and charming, but it also means there's less inventory and homes cost more. Number two is the transit. Now, some people complain about the transportation in this city, but I personally think it's very good. While public transit doesn't reach out to the edges of the rural areas, we have free bus systems that run throughout town, and an Amtrak station that has buses to and from the larger Amtrak train hub in Albany, plus miles of bike-friendly roads. On average, a one-way commute in Corvallis is about 17 minutes, while the US average is over 25 minutes. Number three, marijuana is legal here in Oregon. Of course, many people are ecstatic about that, and many people are not. Number four, the weather. We talked about how much it can rain in Corvallis in some months, but not in others, and there really are 4 distinct seasons without the extremes. But the other thing about the weather here is that it will change if you give it time. It can be dark and raining one minute and sunny the next. You have to be prepared for anything. Before we finish this video, let's throw in one more pro. We're going to finish on a high note. Bonus pro, crime and safety. According to Sperling's bestplaces.net, Corvallis has an 11.8 ranking out of 100 for violent crimes, a full 11 points below the national average. Property crimes are rated at about 41, which is slightly above the national average, but both are well below the state of Oregon's average. This is a very safe town, and most of what you read about in the Gazette-Times police reports section seem to be crimes of opportunity, such as someone's iPod being stolen from their car while it was in plain view and the door unlocked on campus. I'm a local real estate agent here, so if you have questions or if you're thinking of moving to Corvallis, give me a call. I know Corvallis and its surrounding areas incredibly well. I've lived here since 2008 and love it, and would love to help you find a home here as well. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a like and leave a comment down below. I shoot a ton of videos about real estate ownership and investing and what it's like to live here. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell so you can be notified whenever we have a new video out. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day, and be sure to check out the playlists feature of this channel to quickly guide you to other videos we've made that would be helpful to you. Bye for now.